This episode of Steve's Outdoor Adventures is sponsored by the Farwide app, outdoor intelligence in the palm of your hand.
We've had a heck of a good spring season this year. Early May, I traveled up to Alaska and got a great black bear. We opened up a new camp and created new opportunities for our clients. And then the following week, John Sullivan traveled to Saskatchewan on his very first black bear hunt and visited a camp that we've been hunting for years. And now, while I'm here putting up wood for the upcoming hunting seasons, Travis Price is traveling up to northern British Columbia, or really central mountainous region of British Columbia, to visit a new outfitter that we've been looking into for a long time. It's a camp that we've never been to before, and it's an area that we have a lot of interest in. There's a high bear population there, and if this operation is what we think it is, this is going to be a hunt that we're going to be offering Steve's Outdoor Adventures clients for years to come. And Travis Price is going to be able to talk to each and every person who calls our office interested in this hunt with firsthand knowledge. This week, Travis Price is headed up to Canada, and he's hunting with a rifle that you've seen us use a number of times already, and that is the new Bergara Premier Series MG Light Rifle, featuring the Cure Carbon barrel and chambered in .300 Winchester Magnum. The gun is topped with the Burris Eliminator 5 laser scope, and it's shooting hand-loaded Pendleton ammunition that was developed specifically for this rifle. It's 180 grain Barnes TTSX bullets. Those are bone crushers, and they are meant to kill big bears. But when Travis goes to the range, he's gonna be changing his zero. Why? Because you've been watching us hunt with the new Adventure Hunter suppressors. Because we can't take these Adventure Hunter suppressors to Canada, Travis is gonna have to remove the suppressor and screw the omnidirectional factory muzzle brake on the gun. Now this is gonna change his point of impact by 1 or 2 inches. So he's gonna have to re-zero, and he needs to get this done at the range before he gets in the truck and heads north.
So here's my first 2 shots, literally almost the same hole. Made a slight adjustment.
Now that Travis has the zero set on his rifle, he's ready to hit the road. And remember, this is a rifle package that is available at the Adventure Armory. Just give us a call. Our skilled technicians will assemble the rifle, get the scope mounted, and do a custom load development before they ship it out to you, ready to shoot. And this segment of Steve's Outdoor Adventures is sponsored by the Adventure Armory, rifle scope, ammo, and even suppressor packages that are made for hunters.
Travis's journey will take him from our office's home base in Northeast Oregon, up through Eastern Washington, to the border where he will cross into Canada.
I just crossed the border into Canada. It was super smooth. Got the rifles all handled with the paperwork. We're good to go. I'm gonna shut it down. I'm here in Penticton and have another long day of driving tomorrow on up to Prince George. We'll start hunting in a couple days.
It is a long but scenic drive up to Prince George, with a mandatory food stop along the way.
I just got to Prince George. It's the last night on our road trip. Gonna grab a room. Tomorrow we're heading into camp.
Once Travis arrives in Prince George, he opts to shut it down for the night, before resuming his road trip the next morning when he turns the truck west onto the Yellowhead Highway for another 3 hours until he reaches the town of Burns Lake, where he then heads south and drives to Francois Lake. And this is where the adventure truly begins.
I don't think I've ever taken a ferry to get to hunting camp before, but throws a nice little twist on things for sure. Sure, beautiful country. We're just crossing this lake. We'll drive off the ferry and then drive a ways up to camp. Nice to meet you.
Good to see you.
Yep. What's new?
One water crossing isn't enough to get into remote hunting country, and this guide territory is across yet another body of water. So they load the gear into the outfitter's boat and cross the lake and head to their remote cabin camp.
Yeah. We just arrived here at camp. Safe boat ride over with Rob. And you wouldn't even know camp's here. It's pretty remote. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw my stuff in the cabin.
This cabin camp is remotely located on the shore of what is basically a decommissioned logging area, covered with old clear cuts that are excellent habitat for black bear. And the two cabins are comfortable and situated at the end of one road that connects to the network of logging roads that are found throughout the guide area.
I've got all my gear situated here in the cabin. I'm gonna go ahead and throw some hunting clothes on and make sure I verify 0 after travel. Yep.
This episode of Steve's Outdoor Adventures has been sponsored by Burris Optics and the new Eliminator 6. Steve's Outdoor Adventures is sponsored by Bergara Rifles, featuring the new Pure Carbon barrels and a sub-MOA guarantee.
First day in camp, first day of hunting. Let's go look for some bears.
This hunt will be done using the vehicle to cover many miles of logging roads each day, glassing for bears. And as Travis's hunt just begins, they get a call that one of our clients, Jerry Abbott, has filled his first bear tag. And Travis wants to stop in and congratulate him on his success.
Well, we just left camp and caught up to our clients, and it looks like Jerry already shot a bear, so we're gonna go check him out. Nice. That didn't take long.
Oh, look at that white. Is that beautiful?
Oh yeah, big chevron.
Good job. Thanks, sir.
Yes, sir.
Jerry, congratulations.
Thank you.
Great bear, good job.
Thanks, sir.
And little could they know, but 2 days later, Jerry would kill another incredible Bruin, filling both of his black bear tags. So with a happy client headed to camp with an outstanding bear, Travis resumes his hunt, and it isn't long before they get a glimpse of a small bear standing in the logging road. And about 10 minutes later, they get a glimpse of a bigger bear, and they decide that they need to take a closer look.
He's a good bear, but he's just a little bit young. You can see his ears are a bit on the top of his head. His face looks young, but his body's pretty good. He just needs another year or two. Nice looking bear. Had a pretty good day today. Got to spend some time with Rob, the outfitter. Got to know him, got to see some of his area. Saw a few bears, one really big bear. And most importantly for me today was spending time with Jerry and recovering his bear and the first black bear he's ever shot. So that was a very special moment. I'm gonna go ahead and head in, put my stuff away and grab something to eat. kind of hard to tell what's going on, but there's 4 total bears. There's definitely 2 cubs up in the tree, and then there's one that looks like it's kind of guarding the cubs, and then there's another one down below, but they both kind of look like boars.
They do, yeah.
Well, that other bear's out. You can see it pretty good now. That's a pretty cool situation to witness for sure. Looks like the sow kind of went in the tree line after the boar, and we can hear it. We're 600, 700 yards away. We can hear the woofing, and I think the sow's trying to run off that boar. But Rob and I came to the conclusion that we're probably going to pass on that bear. So, although it would have been a pretty ideal stalking situation, just not quite the age class of bear we're looking for. So, we're going to continue on.
After an incredible encounter with the 4 bears, Travis and Rob head back to camp for the evening.
One highlight from this hunt was definitely the meals. Diane just did an amazing job, put on a spread every single meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Everything from pork chops to fried chicken to dumplings and even fresh pie after every meal. It was awesome.
Travis has 2 bear tags in his pocket, and there's a lot of bear activity on the road system. It's probably just a matter of time before he gets a chance to fill that first bear tag.
This episode of Steve's Outdoor Adventures has been sponsored by Pendleton Ammunition. Premium hunting ammo, hand-loaded, 1 round at a time.
If you take a look at the far wide map, you can see that this hunting area is about 95% circled by water. You can only get there by going across a lake, using a ferry, and then a boat. This is not an easy place to access. There is no resident hunting pressure, and to Travis's benefit, he's not going to see another soul out there that isn't one of our clients.
It's another beautiful morning here in British Columbia at bear camp, and what's really cool about hunting this time of year and bears is you don't have to get up very early. You have late nights, late morning. So I'm gonna head in, grab some coffee and something to eat. Morning. Morning. Something smells good in here. Same routine, we're heading out for the morning hunt. No wind, which I'm hopeful will allow the bears to be a little bit more active today. So we're gonna jump in and see if we can find some bears. Rob, as we've seen a lot of, there's bear sign that are traveling these roads, right? And correct me if I'm wrong, but the most effective way this time of year to target these bears is to spend time on these roads and looking for bears, yeah?
Yeah, that's right. And like right now, the boars are rutting. They're looking for sows. You look around and it's so thick that it's a lot more efficient for them to travel these roads.
Yeah.
And then with this area being isolated like it is, we have to barge our vehicles over.
Yeah.
So there's nobody else over here. There's 2 vehicles here right now.
Yep.
Our camps.
And you know, where a lot of people live, including me, you know, you can't really shoot on or off or near a road, but here there's absolutely no one else and it's completely legal and it's the most effective way to hunt here.
Right.
Yeah.
And a lot of the roads are deactivated,
Yeah.
so you got to work at getting on them anyways.
Rob spots what he thought was 2 bears crossing the road way ahead of them, possibly a boar hanging out with a sow. So they parked the vehicle and walked up the road, hoping to get a closer look at the bears.
Well, Rob was correct. We walked down this little spur road, and I think what we saw come across again was a sow. We think that the boar was ahead of it because it wasn't as big of a bear. So we're gonna continue down here and see if we can spot him again. But I think there's 2 bears, a bear and a sow. I mean, a boar and a sow. bear.
With the big bear in the road, will Travis Price get a chance to fill his first bear tag? We'll find out after this short commercial break. This segment of Steve's Outdoor Adventures is sponsored by Peterson Cartridge Company, extremely consistent, American-made brass rifle casings. If you would like to book this hunt or any other hunting or fishing adventure, give our office a call. We will gladly take your calls, answer your questions, and help you book the adventure of a lifetime.
No more than maybe a mile or two from camp. We're about 15 minutes into the hunt. All of a sudden, Rob and I at the exact same time spot a bear that just walked up from a cut right about 100 yards from the vehicle that we're traveling in, and he stood right on the road. And as soon as I saw him, and Rob confirmed, it was an easy decision, instant shooter. I had to get out very quickly, get my rifle ready to fire around, grab my shooting sticks, get away from the vehicle, and sneak up a little bit so that I was in position to make a clean, ethical shot. Once I got the stick set up, I slowly raised the rifle to put it on the sticks, make sure I didn't, spook the bear in any way. Got into the scope, ranged it. It was 93 yards, and as soon as I got the illuminated dot on the eliminator scope on his front shoulder, slowly squeezed off, and I knew I'd made a good shot. Oh, yeah. He maybe went 30 yards, if that, and expired. Awesome moment to be able to spend some time with Rob, go up to that bear, and he was a big boar. I was very, very happy with that bear. Thank you.
Thank you.
Rob, I wanted to take a minute to thank you for allowing me the opportunity to come up to British Columbia and hunt with you, get to know your area, your operation, your crew, and the opportunity to harvest such a great animal. Thank you so much.
It's been a pleasure. It's been a lot of fun.
It has been a lot of fun. And what we were doing today is just kind of coming out for the morning hunt, looking over this cut block, and this boar walked right onto the road. And these are all, decommissioned or deactivated logging roads. And so there's no public hunters around. I haven't even seen other hunters, so it's a really unique island that you have here, and I've just had a great time so far. Filled my first tag, and maybe we'll spend a couple other days trying to fill the second tag.
With the weather warming, the bear is taken back to camp where they carefully skin and care for the carcass. They grab some lunch and head back out for the afternoon hunt. With a second bear tag in his pocket, Travis is looking for another big bruin. With plenty of daylight left in the hunt, Rob decides to take Travis on a short hike into a remote clear cut and glass it from a vantage point.
We walked a ways into this cut block here. It's a pretty big cut. It's probably close to a mile long. Got some elevation, did some glassing for a while. We didn't turn up any bears, so we're gonna head back to the vehicle and continue on.
Once back in the vehicle, they didn't make it a half mile before they spot another bear in the road. A smaller bruin. They give it a look and move on. Over the course of the next few days in his hunt, Travis passed on a handful of smaller bears, unable to locate a bigger bear than the first, and willing to let the other bears live yet another year and get bigger for future hunters to pursue. Embracing the principle that hunting is far more than killing, and ending his hunt with one tag filled and another adventure in his journal from this experience in British Columbia.
As you can see, Travis Price had a heck of a good hunt there in British Columbia, and he determined that this is an outfitter that we should represent at Steve's Outdoor Adventures. And now these hunts are available for you to book, and you can talk to Travis about his firsthand experiences in that camp. It's a hunt that anyone of any age or physical limitation can enjoy because the vehicles do all of the walking. There's no extensive hiking or mountain climbing. You're cruising a road system in a vehicle, making short stalks, and we feel positive about the odds that everyone that goes up there is going to have an opportunity to fill at least one of their bear tags. In fact, if this is a hunt that you'd like to book for yourself, give our office a call. We're always available to take your calls, answer your questions, and help you book the hunting or fishing adventure of a lifetime. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for this week's show, but please remember to join us again next week when we bring you another exciting episode of Steve's Outdoor Adventures. If you enjoyed this episode, please click like and subscribe to see more of Steve's Outdoor Adventures right here on YouTube.